All right. Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D Dunn. I am the Average Gaming Dad. We are back on New York Giants franchise rebuild. So, if maybe you're kind of new to this series, maybe you're new, first time seeing a video, just want to get you caught up. So, season one, awful, absolutely awful, dog shit. We only won like 2 games. We had the first pick in the draft. Uh, and then year two, we ended up drafting a corner. We traded away uh, some players to get uh, another top 10 first round pick. We started with a corner, then we picked up our QB of the future, Pat Hutchinson. Year two, we started Danny Dimes. We won 10 games, made the playoffs, lost in the first round to the Cowboys. Year three, the year that we just had, was an interesting one. Sorry, I'm just getting the stream pulled up on my phone so I can look at the chat and all that. But year three, we start Hutchinson. We start off very poorly. We only won one out of our first like 5 or 6 games. Then we went on a really nice tear, won like 5 games in a row, finished the season kind of iffy. We won, I think, 9 or 10 games, but did not make the playoffs this year. So we're kind of in a weird spot where we did about the same as last year under a new quarterback. Our team is technically better, but we just underperformed, right? And so now we have to figure out what moves are going to take us over the top from that like um, borderline wild card team to just being a contender. Part of that's also, of course, just using the players we have and having them play better. I did make some adjustments. Um, some not with the gameplay sliders. Actually, I think I upped the CPU run blocking ability and QB accuracy just to make it a little bit harder, but I still want some essence of realism. But I think sliders are in a good place now. But I wanted to go to XP sliders, show you guys some adjustments I made because now that we're 3 years into this, I have a little bit more experience with how the game is working. And since the focus players are busted right now for offensive linemen, you can't do offensive lineman drills. So it's really difficult. We have a superstar left guard, and he only went up, I think, 1 or 2 rating points the entire season, even though we had, a top 10, top 15 offense. So I upped the offensive tackles, guards, centers, XP progression rate by 30. So that's 30%. So they should progress faster. Defensively, defensive tackles, I feel like never get much, mainly just because they're hardly ever involved in plays. And so I upped the progression to 30 as well. Also, cornerbacks, safeties. We had a number of corners that had multi-pick games and would still not get any upgrades. So I increased that by 20%. They still have a lot more range. They're a lot more apt to be involved in plays and get tackles and all that. So I only upped it by 20 instead of 30. Kickers and punters, I went up by 50 because, we have a rookie kicker. I think, again, he also went up by like 1 XP point the entire season, even though he made like 20 something field goals, I think. And then I also made the progression rate tapered. So if you are very young entering the league, and we see this in real life a lot, if you are an everyday starter and you are truly, have an exceptional season, you should be up into the 90s, or at least high 80s at the end of your first season. And we just don't see that. Unless you do focus player every week, do drills, they will not naturally progress that fast. So you can see I made it a linear progression from 20 up to 26 years old. So in my head, I'm thinking if you come to the league around like 22, 23, and you're an everyday starter, you're probably maxed out of where you need to be around 26, 27, and then you're in your prime, not progressing a ton from like 26 to 30 and then you start regressing. So I just wanted to show those to everyone, kind of my line of thinking there. But all that said, that was, I feel like, a really long intro. Thank you for bearing with me. We got all caught up. Now we have some stuff to look at. So we have the playoffs coming up. Obviously, we're not a part of that, but we are a good team. So we'll see what we do. We have mock draft 3 to look at. I think we're going to have some awards. If we go stats and awards, we'll see where we're ranked right now for yearly awards. No MVP candidates, I believe. Nope. But if we go to NFC, all right. So Offensive Player of the Year, we have Joey Hawley, the rookie running back, 5th round draft pick. I think 5th or 6th round, maybe 4th at the highest, but ended up being a superstar X factor, which is pretty incredible. Him and Malik Neighbors are in here for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, I think we should have at least one. We have Azeez Ojulari. He's down here in the top 10 at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Joey Hawley should win that convincingly. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I don't think we had anyone. We did have Juwan Beasley, our 1st round pick, strong safety. He's up here in the top 10. Best QB, yeah, Hutchinson did not make it, unfortunately. But best running back, so we have Hawley at Rookie of the Year and best running back for the NFC, which is pretty incredible. Best wide receiver, we actually get beat out this year. Darnell Mooney had just the most, he didn't have the most receptions, he didn't have the most yards. He just got a shit ton of touchdowns. So he's going to win best wide receiver. Surprisingly, we actually have James Evans, our backup left tackle, who saw some time due to injury, is listed as a top 5 candidate for best offensive lineman. Same with John Runyon, who also was in and out of a starting position. I don't know how this is calculated, but neither of these guys deserve to be here. So I think that's interesting. D-line, we have Azeez Ojulari. Linebacker, we have Okereke in the top 5. DB, we have Michael Carter II and Stump as top 5 contenders. Our rookie, Taylor Sanders, ended up being a 6th for best kicker. And there we go. So we're in the running for a lot of awards. We won a couple awards with Joey Hawley, our running back. So that's pretty exciting. Final stats for the year, we'll go through those. So Hutchinson, Hutch, I think we'll just probably go with Hutch. He broke 4,000 yard mark, 33 touchdowns to 22 interceptions. Although the interceptions are not good, I do want to say that he threw like 16 of these in the first 6 games, and then proceeded to only throw 6 more in over half a season. So really bad first half, exceptional second half. He really turned it around. Rating ended up being 106, which isn't great. And we get sacked 23 times, which really is a lot. All of these numbers across the board are improved over Daniel Jones, except for maybe yards. Rushing, of course, Joey Hawley. I think he actually led the league this year in yards and in touchdowns. 15 touchdowns on the ground, almost 1,400 yards. Pretty good season. Receiving, Malik Neighbors, of course, was amazing. 1,200 yards. Definitely not as good as last year or his rookie year. Where his rookie year, he had something like 1,800, 1,900 yards receiving. But still, 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Theo Johnson had another good year, close to 1,000 yards and 6 TDs. Darius Slayton actually had an improved year, up to almost 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. Hawley as well was really good out of the backfield, caught 52 for 400 and 3 touchdowns is solid. And then Hyatt, we expect to make him a bigger part of the offense next year. So we're working on him becoming the slot, and then backup tight ends and stuff down the board here. Blocking, I don't know, because again, I think, look, Evans, it says he played 134 downs. That's kind of crazy. gave up 0 sacks, but like 134 downs is not much. He was just in due to injury. I don't know. I don't take much stock into that. Defensively, Isaiah Simmons led the way with 116 tackles. Okereke followed him with 109. Azeez Ojulari probably led the league with 23 TFLs. It's absolutely insane. 9.5 sacks. Second was Okereke with 5. McKinney, I don't know why McKinney doesn't get involved much. He's a good player, so we're continuing to focus on him in our training and try and make him a lot more dominant. And then we also had picks, 6 from Michael Carter, 6 from Stump, and then 2 from Beasley, 1 for Okereke, Simmons, Newman, Phillips, and McLeod. So a good amount of picks for the year. Let's see, only 5 forced fumbles the entire year. I'm been working the ball security slider for CPU. Usually, I feel like in most NFL games, you're going to see like at least 1 fumble or something. So I would like to see there be a few more fumbles, both from our side and the other side. Kicking, Taylor Sanders. Okay, so 14. I thought he had made around 20. He attempted close to 20. 14 of 17, 82%. Had a long of 56, which is nice, and made all of our extra points. And then punting, I don't know, it's punting. Nwangu, Kelly, Holly averaged around 25 apiece on returns. And that's about it. So there's the stats, there's the awards. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this episode, which is, of course, free agency, the draft, and all that. Let's see. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket. So I can't see the top right there, so I'm not sure who's up there, but my prediction is going to be probably like, what do we think? I'm thinking Ravens, Vikings is what I'm going to go with. Ravens, Vikings is my pick. I'm going to go kind of off script. A number 2 versus a number 7 seed. So we'll see if my prediction pans out. If you're watching this post live, put a comment on who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, what the matchup and who the winner is going to be. I'm going Ravens, Vikings, and I think the Ravens win. That's my prediction for 2026 here. All right. We got a bunch of storylines. We got mock draft 3. What pick did we end up getting this year? Let's see. So we are going to be pick number 7, which is not bad. I think we're going to go Chris Hughes, round 1 talent. I think this is someone we actually scouted, or at least I thought we did. I know he was on our board. B catching traffic, B spectacular catch. That's all we know, unfortunately. But great to lead acceleration, agility, speed, lots of different, attributes there. So I don't know. He could be our next guy. We will see. But we have been very draft focused on defense, so that might be where we go. But we'll see. We could also trade out of the pick because, like I said, we are an 88 overall team. We don't have a lot of needs, with the exception of maybe losing some players to free agency. We'll have to see once that time comes. But let's see what our storylines are here. So texting offensive coordinator Todd Walters, did you see the viral video going around this morning? Remember back in camp when you told the reporter at practice that our identity was an explosive passing game and averaging 8 yards per pass attempt? Yeah, Ryan Clark was really impressed that we met the goal. The player's been watching it all morning, and it's been a boost for morale. Sick. All right. So QBs and wide receivers get 1,000 XP. That's nice. All right. What is our next storyline? I'm sure this will be the defensive one. I think our goal was to get safety interceptions. I don't think we're going to hit that. Yeah. I mean, 8 picks between 2 safeties. Safety play between last Madden and this Madden is better, but it's still not great. Let's see. I don't think we have. I guess we did do something new that I haven't done in previous years, which was to go through the board and actually look at some players that we might want. I think, who was the wide receiver they had us going for? I don't think it was Medlock, right? It was Hughes is who they think we're going to take. We know a little bit more about Medlock. They're both the same size. They're both on our like short list. But if we're really honest about it, all I really care about is speed out of the wide receiver position because you can develop them pretty easily, especially with focus players. So if we just go to like physicals here, and they're the only two that have great to elite speed. So I definitely would like to get one of these two. We will see. We don't need quarterback. We don't need running back, fullback, wide receiver. I think we looked at some potential tight ends. They're not really much of a running or a receiving threat, especially with Theo Johnson. So really just looking for guys who have really good run blocking. And then maybe if they're athletes, we end up developing them into more of a receiving threat. But I'm just going to go ahead and favorite some of these guys down the board who have, potentially good run blocking ability. We're good on tackle. Guard is a position I would really like to improve our run blocking. Kind of same thing. Holly has been a real bright spot this year. And now that we have our true running back of the future, I kind of want to build on that. So looking at interior linemen that are just absolute maulers is going to be something that, take high stock in. And then guard. Run block. Okay. We don't need tackle. We really don't need defensive end unless there's someone that is just out of this world, in which case we might take them, put McKinney back into a defensive tackle, and then switch to a 4-3. That's something that we could do depending on the draft. I mean, a number. It's kind of unfortunate that you can't see whether they're favorited or not, like when you're looking over here. So we'll just go with everyone that basically has at least B finesse move. And then anyone that has we have some power. Guys, no one with a power move, but we'll do the same thing with right end as well. Definitely will prioritize finesse move over power moves. I just feel like finesse pass rushers get more pressure. And then same thing with defensive tackle. We don't have a ton of options here. Okay. Because the CPU does not run the ball. Like, they do not try to establish the run. And then linebackers, we really just need coverage linebackers, especially if we move to a 3-4. So I'm looking for guys who have some sort of man or zone coverage ability, or maybe really good pass rushers that we move to defensive end. So not much there. How about, oh my goodness. So we have one A power move. Any good finesse? Oh. I hate when these menus like reset. It's really annoying. Then I gotta find out who I haven't favorited. All right, so these guys all have good finesse moves. Middle linebacker could be a position need, and this is all coverage. I need someone who can float around, who's an athlete, that can just cover. That's pretty much all our middle linebackers do. And same thing here. Okay, no one can really cover. Oh, we have some we have some true coverage linebackers here. One down in the 3rd round, one undrafted. Okay. That's encouraging. All right. Corner is not a position of need. Safety's not. Okay. So I think that's probably good on our draft boards. We definitely have a number of favorites. I'm glad we did that. That way we're not getting lost in the sauce during the actual draft. Mock draft 3 scout. All right. We have a bunch of points here. So let's see. I guess we can do that. Get more XP for our running back during training. What else we got here? Oh, defensive. Yep. We're definitely going to be focusing on upping our linebackers. All right. So there's that. What's next? Staff moves. Oh, wow. So the Bears completely clean house. They fire their head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Same with the Broncos. Oh, Kevin Stefanski. Brother. Jonathan Gannon gets fired as head coach of the Cardinals. Cardinals clean house. Jaguars finally clean house, waiting for them to do that in real life. Robert Saleh gets fired. They clean house. Patriots clean house. Look at this coaching staff. Sean McVay and Dan Quinn together. That would be amazing. Okay. So that's kind of interesting. It's like a little niche thing, I guess they added. I don't know if that really adds too much. All right. And Jeff Saturday gets his contract extended for another 3 years. That is nice. Let's go ahead and sim to the Super Bowl. See if my prediction was correct. Ooh. Dang. Well, let's see. The Ravens did beat the Raiders. So we got the Ravens, and then my other pick was the Vikings. Okay, I might be in this one. Some really interesting matchups here. Nothing really to do here, so let's advance. Let's just sim to the Super Bowl here. Oh. All right, we officially got the awards, so MVP goes to Josh Allen. And then I don't think these change. Yeah, so Joey Hawley wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. He also wins Best Running Back. And that, I think, is the only players that we really had a chance at seeing an actual award. Okay. So we have multi-award winner rookies with Malik Neighbors when he was a rookie, and then now with Joey Hawley. All right, let's see who's in the Pro Bowl. I was close. I got the Vikings, but it ends up being Vikings versus Dolphins. That's a very interesting matchup. I'm going to go Vikings winning that one. Put your predictions in the comment section. All right, so I'm assuming Joey Hawley is going to have a bunch of staff points. He has 3. So NFL rushing yards leader, he gets 2,400 XP. Running back of the year and rookie of the year get him 7,200 XP. Okay. So I think we'll probably just keep stacking up elusive back. The only other thing that I would consider is going with receiving back. But he's now up to a 90 overall on elusive back. I think that might give us, no? Thought that might give us another ability slot. It does not. So if we look at his ratings, 94 speed, 91 acceleration, 88 agility. The acceleration and agility kind of low for a superstar X Factor, but he's not generational. He's the number 12 ranked halfback in the league. 87 break tackle, 99 juke move, 98 spin move, 90 change of direction. Catching is a 72. So he's okay. He's pretty dang good. Playing up to a 93 overall. I wonder, can you just like re-sign someone to a contract? Can we do that? No? Okay. So yeah, our offense is looking good. We keep developing Hutchinson. We develop a couple other receivers behind Neighbors, and I think we will be really, really good. All right. Let's head to next week. See who wins the Super Bowl. Again, my prediction originally was Ravens, Vikings, ended up being Vikings, Dolphins, and the Vikings did win 35-21 over the Dolphins. Very nice. Ivan Pace Jr., the middle linebacker, wins Super Bowl MVP. That's interesting. I'd like to see the stats for that game to see what warranted that. All right, here we go. Mock Draft 4. Let's see. They now have us going with Bryland Richard. A day 3 projection, they have us picking him at number 7. Expletive Y. So a number of different attributes under the player notes. He is not an athlete. He's 23, 6'4", 219, so he's big. A, spectacular catch. B, release. B, catch in traffic. Like, those are nice. But I'm not taking a projected day 3 guy in the top 10. That seems kind of crazy. I'm just wondering, are there any like generational type players? I mean, Greg Hemsley looks pretty amazing. A, awareness. B, finesse moves. Maybe not. But awareness and play rec mean that his overall is probably going to be pretty high. Although Desmond Weaver, bone crushing hits, has a spin move, has a swim move, bull rush, motor that runs to the whistle, looks to rip the ball from the defenders. Great to elite acceleration, solid to good speed, solid to good strength. A, finesse moves, A, impact block, A, tackle, A, pursuit, A, awareness, B, play rec. Would he be worth, he might actually be worth moving up to if we can. We'll have to see what happens for mock draft 5. Because if you, from my understanding, whatever it says in mock draft 5, that is how the CPU will draft. So you can kind of stake out if there's someone above you, you know whether they will fall to you or not. Okay. Take a look at retirements here. Shaq Mason retires. Javon Hargrave, Joel Bitonio, former Browns legend. It's funny how when you watch content creators, how sometimes they rub off on you. Like that's something Bengal says about anyone that played at Texas. But anyway, Mason Rudolph, who's actually having a bit of a run right now with Tennessee. Derrick Henry finally retires. Cooper Kupp, Garrett Bowles, Brian Anger, Kevin Byard. There's Zach Martin, Brandon Cooks. There's a number of really good players that are retiring out here. Okay. Micah Hyde, Darius Slay, Daquan Jones. Like, these are all former, like, quality starters around the league. Alvin Kamara retires as a free agent. Okay. So you can start to see now as we've entered season 3 or ended season 3, we're starting to see, the turnover. This is kind of, where rebuilds can get really interesting because you start to see like who drafted well, who's developed players well. All right. New message from our offensive coordinator. What do you got for us, brother? Coach wanted to touch base with you about off-season workouts. Who do I want to talk to? Let's talk to Pat Hutchinson. Okay. Coach, they told me you wanted to talk. What are you focusing on during off-season workouts? Okay. Accuracy all over the field, throwing on the run, and play action. Ooh, we can improve his throw power. It's already like a 96. But I think accuracy is where he actually needs to improve. It would be cool to have like 99 throw power, but I'd rather have his accuracy go up. Because right now it's okay, but it's like low 80s. If we get that up to like the high 80s into the 90s, then obviously we can expect some pretty amazing throws. Okay. Another little chat with our offensive coordinator. All right, now Joey Hawley or Andrew Thomas. Let's talk to Andrew Thomas. He's an interesting guy. He's pretty highly rated. He does pretty well for us, but kind of on the fence. Like we expected him to progress a lot more faster, which is kind of why I upped the XP sliders for offensive linemen. I want to say the likeness is actually pretty good. So same question, what are you focused on during off-season workouts? Pass blocking, run blocking, and general awareness. Let's see. So I can do that, work on strength and pass run blocking power, or work on injury prevention. I think that's okay. Because the one area that he does lack is run blocking. So let's up the strength, let's up the run blocking ability, and that'll be good. Got a press conference. Okay. See what the media has to say for head coach Jeff Saturday. Let's talk about the next few months. What is your plan for the upcoming off season? Make a splash. Make sure we win the draft, or there's no specific plan. I think there's no specific plan. I don't think we need to make a splash anywhere. What do you mean there's no plan at all? Fucking idiots. We're happy with our talent. Maybe a piece here or there that we need to add, but we're not desperate at any position. Currentmaster is good enough to be a playoff team. Of course, I guarantee it. Guaranteed we're making the playoffs next year. You heard it here first. We'll check back at the end of next season and see how you did. Okay. What is the reporter going to do? Fire me? No head coach in the history of the league would ever. Well, there's probably one head coach out there, but most are not going to guarantee a playoff appearance in the next season. Come on, Madden. Let's work on these storylines. All right. More player upgrades. Oh, these are all of the, what do you call it? Practice squad. So we'll just auto upgrade them. All right. Retirements. We do. All right. So, all right. We're on to next week. All right. So our last chance to negotiate with some players. We accept the 5th-year option on Malik Neighbors, of course. And then next year he's going to make $1 billion. I do want to get Evan Neal re-signed. All right, so he wants 3 years and 18 million. We offered him 5 years at 15 million. I guess we're just going to have to we are going to give him a pretty friendly player-friendly deal. 5 years, $19 million a year. Okay. So we secure our left tackle of the future. Danny Jones can go right off into the sunset somewhere else. Nick McLeod. 72 overall. Doesn't really fit what we do as we run man like 90% of the time. He's not an exceptional athlete. He's 29. I think. What does he want? He wants $2 million for 1 year. Well, $3 million, I guess. And he's interested. That's fine. 1 year for 3.5. He takes that. Trey Hawkins. Let's look at him. 27, a little bit younger, a little bit faster. Just not good in coverage. Like, realistically, he's not going to be on the field much, and he wants $5 million. No. Runyon can go. We're looking to replace him in the draft anyway. And then down the board, just a bunch of backups. All right, so we'll let everyone else walk. And now we're headed into free agency. And I'll be curious to see if we actually have... Okay, so the salary cap finally reset. We have $73 million. So for the first time in 3 years, now in our third year, we actually have some money to spend. We also have combine results to look at. So let's filter on all of our favorites. Anyone that's absolute... Actually, I want to see what did our 2 wide receivers that we were looking at. All right, so these top 2 guys, they both ran a 4.33. Pretty impressive. Good vertical. So these guys are basically identical. And I think it's really interesting when you have guys that like ran around the same time, right? And then if we go to physicals, so Chris Hughes ended up with elite speed. So he'll probably be the one that we target if we do end up going with a wide receiver. Okay. Good to know. That's all I was really curious about. We have retirements. We already looked at that. All right. Free agent signing week 1. Let's see what we can do here. All right. The only thing I would look at is maybe... I don't know. Is this really all we got? I guess. So we could go Thuney. He wants to be with the Giants. 34 years old, but offensive linemen play forever. Pretty evenly balanced. Still quite the athlete. He's the 4th ranked guard in the league. I mean, we do have to replace Runyon. How much would it cost us? $18 million for 1 year. That's a lot. I think we can undercut that a little bit because he does seem to want to be here. So let's drop this down just a little bit. $16.5 million for 1 year. What if we did something like 16.5 for 2 years, though? So he really likes the length. So that might make up for the lack of money that we're offering him. But we're a top offer. And we can hopefully develop maybe a draft prospect behind him. I don't know. Be nice if Madden would fix the ability to use them as focus players. Well, let's just go position by position. We do need a backup QB, but I'm not willing to spend that much money. I'd be okay with a Zach Wilson for $6 million. Or a Trey Lance for 5. I'd be okay with that. See if we can get Trey Lance in as a backup. Because right now we have no backups. And then anyone else down the board here that's cheap but maybe serviceable. Luke McKee. Good throw power. Decent speed. Absolutely. Absolutely would sign Luke McKee. Where are you at, buddy? Only $4 million a year. Okay. So couple backups because you never know. Hutch could get injured. Let's see. Running back, we have backups. We're fine. Wide receiver, anyone crazy up here? So we got Wan'Dale Robinson, Dontavian Wicks, and Demario Douglas are the top 3. Tutu Atwell. None of these guys are really tickling my pickle, if you know what I mean. Maybe down the board, do we have maybe some free agent draft picks or something that are floating around? Any crazy athletes? Darius Davis. I feel like our wide receiver room is pretty good. We have a bunch of really solid athletes across the board. And we're thinking about drafting a wide receiver with our first pick. So let's pass. We could use a tight end though. Any young guys? Maybe that Michael Mayer. Mayer's the kicker. Bellinger. Hunter Henry now, 32 years old. I actually have a pretty decent tight end group here. Any of you guys decent at run blocking? Not really. 69 is the highest. Nice. Darnell Washington, 6'7", 264, decent speed, $6 million a year. Do we want to spend? Ooh, we could go for the now 37-year-old Travis Kelce. Interesting. Probably not. But Darnell Washington could be good. I'd be willing to do 2 years. For $6 million a year. He doesn't like the bonus of the length. But we're just looking for a backup blocking tight end. I don't want to overspend, which is what happens a lot. We already kind of looked down here. We're now in the lead on Thuney. Austin Jackson, 28 years old, 78 overall. Good scheme fit. He'd be a good backup, but it's not something we need. Don't need ends. Any linebackers that are just crazy? Yaya Diaby. 89 speed kind of goes good. BJ Ojolari. Is he related to Azeez Ojolari? That'd be kind of cool to have the like two brothers on the same team. It's only $5 million a year. Good finesse moves, no block shedding. Can you cover? You can't cover. It's just unfortunately just not what we need. Do we have any great coverage linebackers? Jeremiah Pratt. And Jeremiah Trotter. Ooh, Trotter's only 24. Only normal development. Ooh, and only 78 speed. I don't think I can do that. Okay. Keep moving on. Just nothing really jumping out at me. So we have a few guys. So Joe Thuney, Darnell Washington, Trey Lance, and Luke McKee. So some backup QB options, a backup tight end, and potential starting new guard for us. That's who we got. All right, let's go to the next week and see how we progress. Okay. Don't really need to see pro day results. Here we go, though. Mock draft 5. Juan Witherspoon. My God, he actually looks incredible. I'm kind of a sucker for defensive back first round picks. He's kind of short. Not a great, exceptional athlete, but definitely could be a good slot corner. B zone, A man, B press, B tackle. Oh, he looks pretty good. But it's just not a position of need. Who is the other one we're looking at? Leon Ware, I think. Was pretty amazing. Chris Hughes is the one we wanted to go after. So he ends up having A deep route, D short route, B catch in traffic, B release. Medium out running, C to F. So he's just super fast. But if we want him or Tevin Medlock, we would have to move up to the number 4 pick. And is he worth it for that? I feel like if I was going to move up, it would be for like Leon Ware. But again, wide receiver is not a huge need for us. But we also have like a Desmond Weaver right here. Number of great attributes. Elite acceleration. Good agility. Great change of direction. Good strength. A awareness. A tackle. A pursuit. A impact block. A finesse moves. Like that kind of leads me to want to pick him, and then maybe we transfer over, move over to a 4-3 instead of a 3-4. That could be something we look at. Or we could trade out of our pick. That's also an option. But really, it would have to be Chris Hughes that we would go after. We'd have to move up 3 spots. Just anyone with elite acceleration, agility, and speed, like. But I feel like there's going to be one of these in pretty much every draft. So I don't know if it's worth moving up 3 spots for. Okay. Something to think about. All right, let's take a look at how free agency is going. Oh, did we sign Thuney? Thuney signs with the Bears after 1 week. Wow. So we were tied, and he ends up going to the Bears. Okay, we still have the backups that we were looking after: Luke McKee, Trey Lance, and Darnell Washington. That's nice, I guess. Damn. So, now the question is, do we continue to go after a guard? The best one we have is Will Hernandez here, 80 overall. He's 31 years old. Good strength, cannot run block. Are there any good run blockers? Let's just go to... All right, so we have 87 run block here. 86. 82. And pass block is a 70. So 86, 70. 87, 70. Not the best. Not the best. I think we'll pass. And then maybe what we do is we look for a guard in the draft, maybe with our first round pick. So let's go to, with that in mind, do we have any? We do have a center here, round 1, power. Only solid strength, A run block power, A lead block, and B pass block. That's actually not bad. That's actually pretty good, actually. Is he big enough and fast enough to be a guard, though? 6'5", 312, so he's kind of tall, a little light. He's 21, which is nice. Good acceleration, solid speed. Okay. Okay. So he is the only first round lineman, although he does look really good. Down the board, we have a couple power guards. Who look interesting, but we could very well trade out of our pick. All right, let's go ahead and move to week 3 or stage 3 of free agency. Did we any competition? All right, so we do get Darnell Washington, we do get Trey Lance, and Luke McKee, I'm sure will sign. If not, we at least have Trey Lance as a backup. So that is fine with me. That is fine with me. No one else seems to want to offer on McKee. It's fine. All right. All right, so let's go to the next week. Did we get McKee? Not that it really matters, but we do. I mean, he's actually kind of an interesting guy. He's only 23 years old. He's got good speed. He has a really strong arm. And decent short throw accuracy. It's just past that is tough. But this is a guy you could actually develop in like 3 years and have a quality starter. Will we do that? No, because we're not that desperate. But it's nice to know that we have someone that could happen. All right. Don't care about private workouts. Let's go ahead to next week. All right. And now we have the draft. We still have $60 million.
Starts as a dream, a belief that someday you'll join the greats and line up next to them on the same field in the same league.
It's actually a cool shot, like Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, Addison, and
just to even make it to this point.
my God, Justin Jefferson.
The coaches and teams of this league, they dream of the right player that changes everything for their franchise. Tonight, those dreams collide.
Richardson's changing the Colts franchise, but maybe not for the better.
To Madden's NFL Draft.
All right, here we go. All right. We are going to pause. And now we got to make a decision. I don't think where was he? If Hughes was like 6'3" with or something, like, I don't know. Do we I just don't know. This is kind of a nice spot where we're not in a huge position of need. I think we are just going to all right. Yep. So as predicted, Both wide receivers are gone. That's fine. Let's take a look at what our options are here. We don't need QB. We could look at outside linebacker. Like, we really could. What does Goings have to offer? Ton of attributes. He's young, 21, 6'4", 267. Not a great athlete. He has great strength. Only decent speed, decent acceleration. A power moves, A pursuit, B play rec, B tackle, B to C block shed, and finesse moves. I mean, I've mentioned a number of times possibly getting another edge rusher and moving to a 4-3. That could be the guy. Samuels, really not a great athlete, but A awareness, B finesse move, A pursuit, can't cover. Both of them look decent. What about Truman down here? He has a ton of attributes as well. Poor speed. Good acceleration, but great strength. A power moves, A pursuit. He would be more of what I would probably look for if I did want to commit to a 4-3. He might even be available for our next pick. I want to at least shop our pick. See what our offers are. All right, so, oh my God. So Buffalo will give us, we could trade down to the 24th pick, a first round next year. Wait. Yeah. So first, we would go down to 24, a first round next year, a third the year after that, and a seventh this year as well. Broncos would get us down to the 15th pick, and then a third and a sixth. A third this year. Vikings, 2 first rounders, a second rounder this year, and a seventh. So 2 firsts, a third, and a fourth from the Ravens. Two firsts, a second, and a fourth. So we would trade down from 7 to 31st this year, a first next year, and another second round this year, and a fourth this year. First, second, fourth. So I can get a first, second, fourth, seventh, or first, third, fourth. I think we're actually going to take this Miami Dolphins trade. So we'll go down to 31 this year. We'll get a first next year, and then another second and fourth this year, and a seventh. All right. Deal is done. All right. And with that, let's go down to the 31st pick. And let's see what we have available here. Another deep threat wide receiver. Great speed, great acceleration, great agility. Good body control, fights for yards as a runner, can jump, avoids big hits, yards after the catch. And skill rise, B release is okay. He can catch. Okay. Ooh, no. Do we have... Wow. So all of our guys are down here in second, third, undrafted, which is kind of nice. I definitely want to make sure we get this tied in, though. Sammy Gore. He's third on the board. So is there anyone? All right, so we do have... Uh-oh. No one down here that has neither of these ends. Our first round talent. We could go corner. Or we could just go with this wide receiver, right? He's got he doesn't have elite speed, but he has great speed, great acceleration. And then we can pick up the tight end next round. And then some of those guards. All right, let's do that. Okay. Dorian Graham. All right. He was ranked 30th in true value, and we drafted him at 31. Scouting report, speed, hands made of glue, and makes 50-50 balls look like 80-20 balls. Hidden dev, 92 acceleration, 92 agility, 95 speed. That's pretty solid with the 35th or the 31st pick in the draft. I'm pretty happy with that. Feel really good about trading down now. All right, on to our next pick. We should be back in the top portion here. Okay. Now we want to get Gore. Now, he's still up here. I'm worried that He's not going to fall, though. But he could potentially last another round or two, even. Is there anyone up here that is just crazy? We have Boss at left end, a power rusher. If we do this, though, we have to move. And if he's as good as we think, we would move to a 4-3. B block shed, B power move, B play rec, B tackle. Power move and block shed is nice. So he's at left end. Is there anyone? And he's the top one. We still have so many down the board, though, that we like as well. But A, awareness, and he's good at block shedding and power moves, so he's good against run and pass. He actually does look really good for this position. We still have interior line that's a need for us. But that I think we can still find. Yeah, we can even get like some undrafted guys. So I'm not too worried about that. Big thing is I really want Gore here. I really want Gore. And I also want that defensive end. What is our next draft pick? Not trade block. So we have, let's see. We have the 49th and then the 63rd. So we pick again in 12 picks. I don't see 3 tight ends coming off the board in 11 picks. So what we're going to do is we are going to pick this defensive end, and that might mean that we move to a 4-3 next year. So bone crushing hits, has a spin move, has a swim move, has a bull rush move, motor that runs to the whistle, rips the balls from defenders, and doesn't get flagged much. Great acceleration, great speed, good strength. And then B block shed, B power move, B tackle, A awareness. All of those are great. This is going to be our guy. Dakota Boss, 62 in true value. We drafted him at 49. That's kind of surprising. So he uses power and technique to shed blocks. Pass rush plan starts with power and ends with more power. And getting stronger is a must. Okay, so we just lack some strength. 85 strength, 86 acceleration, and 84 speed. Hidden dev, so back-to-back hidden dev players, which is awesome. Okay. I still feel good about that pick. Maybe it's a little bit of a reach. Let's go to our next pick down at 63. And we are going to go with the tight end. All right. So Sherman is higher rated than him. He has great speed and great agility. And A run block, B pass block. Hold up. So what are we missing here? A catch in traffic, B spec catch, A short routing. Oh, he has elite strength, but he's really not that much of a blocker. And I could potentially get both of them. But A, run block, B, pass block. Yeah, let's actually, I think we do go with Duncan here. And then maybe we get Gore further down the board if he's available. I'm not, even though I know we just picked up a free agent tight end, I'd still be okay with drafting another tight end. So again, hidden dev, 84 speed, 86 acceleration, 70 strength. Elite strength would have been nice. Okay. That's a good pick. All right. Skip ahead in the draft again here. Who do we go with? So we're down to the third round, 17th pick. Okay, so Gore was taken. All right. So I guess we'll see how good he actually was. Favorited, we have Deacon Fields. Wasn't there a guy who had like insane coverage ability? Great speed, elite acceleration, elite agility. A-man, A-zone. Absolutely. That seems incredible. Deacon Fields, welcome to the Giants. Oh, we get the animation now. Or not animation, but the this little clip. Jeff Saturday, head coach Jeff Saturday, soaking it in. He's loving the pick. $70 in true value. We drafted him at 81, but it's only an average pick. He has 85 speed and 91 acceleration, 91 agility. He has A-man and A-zone coverage. He's going to be an insane middle linebacker for us. Just saying. Or maybe not. If we go to a 4-3, I feel really good about that pick. I don't think that's a C pick at all. Just saying. But so far, I'm really happy with the picks we've made. I think we've got some sleepers. Okay. And now I think we really need to look at interior line. That was the position that we know we needed coming in. So we have Clyde Rudolph, and P.J. Nichols. Is that really all we have left out of our favorited players? Apparently so. So Clyde here, he only has B run block, C pass block, C awareness. And Nichols here, B run block, lead block, impact block, stamina, injury is all good. What about the physicals? Strength is good. Strength is great. Not much of an athlete, though. Really not super excited about either of those guys. I thought we had maybe some other guys down the board that looked a little better. Let's go over here to run block. Joey Sherman. All right. So up here at the top of the board, wide receiver, linebacker, safety, none of those we need. We highlighted some linebackers that have pass rush, but we already drafted for that. We liked Cole. Why did we like Cole? A catching traffic, A catching. Potentially a decent blocker as well. Not much of an athlete, though. So I'm not seeing anyone that like looks like a true sleeper, like down the board here. Elite speed and great acceleration is interesting. With B finesse moves. But and then just B finesse moves as well. We could go with the athlete in Pippin. But I again would rather just shore up the interior of our line. So let's do that. Let's just go with these guys are way down the board here. Let's go. We'll get some linemen here. We're gonna go nickels. A impact block, B run block. Good athlete. Probably gonna be a reach. Yep. Normal dev. Change of directions of 53. That's not good. But that's okay. Hopefully the game gets fixed and we can use linemen as focus players. Let's see, what else do we have down here? So we're round 5. Let's just look at our favorites. Here's a couple guards. look at physicals for these guys. Great strength here. Let's go Whitaker. We're going to be, I know these are going to be probably reaches. Well, it's not bad. 177 in true value. We got him at 145. Normal dev. Not much of an athlete. But at guard, like, we don't run many traps. We don't do a ton of screens. So we really just need guys who can just push people around. Again, just let's look at our favorites, see what our options are. A-man, A-zone. A-catching. Good speed, good jumping, great change of direction. Wow. Why is he listed as a speed rusher? Oh, where'd he go? Duke York. Yeah. Let's get Duke York. Okay. 391 in true value, and we draft him at 177. Fans are not happy with us. Hidden dev. I don't know why we're so upset about this pick. 83 speed, 80 agility, 86 acceleration. 83 is not like electric, but it's doable. And he can cover. I'm okay with that. I know it doesn't look good, but I feel good about it. Especially knowing that he is hidden dev. Okay, we got 2 more picks here. See if we can find some hidden gems. Let's go to our favorites. What do we have? Tight ends, defensive linebackers. Anyone have anything? Anything? A run block. Thad Wolf. So he looks like he's probably the best blocker out of the group. And then we have a bunch of Defensive guys down here. Starting here, we're just looking for probably pass rushers. All right. So we got some B finesse moves, a couple B power moves. Everyone is F block shedding. Any of these linebackers got speed? Great acceleration, great speed. Okay. I feel like we should still look at linemen. We got some B run block guys. B run block. A lead block. A impact block. B awareness. Great speed, only decent strength. Where did he go? All right, we'll take that. That's fine. We got 84 strength, 77 acceleration, 74 speed. Okay. We're just looking for interior maulers, just something down the board. One more pick to go here in the 2027 NFL draft. Probably going to be another interior lineman. Let's look at our favorites again. Anyone with just, we got good strength. We got great speed. I think this guy had good coverage ability, maybe. B-man, B awareness, sure. .88 speed, 88 acceleration with good man coverage. That's good enough. All right, and that is the 2027 NFL draft. We ended up trading down, but we picked up a number of picks. And now we get to see how we did. Drum roll, please. Fuck. Oh, man, I felt pretty good about it. If we go to the NFL, so our highest rated draft pick was a 74. Oh. Well, this might have just been a terrible draft. The highest rated player was Shaquille Conrad, who was 79 overall. Power back 70, only 89 speed. 89 speed, 92 acceleration, 84 trucking, and 82 brake tackle. Like, that's okay, but that's not crazy. This might have just been kind of a dud draft. Then we had some defensive. Let's sort by overall again. Couple cornerbacks, more running backs, defensive end. So wide receiver, we had considered trading up for Chris Hughes. He ends up having 96 speed, 95 acceleration, and 95 agility, which is nice. That is nice. Can't run routes. Decent catching. I don't think that's worth moving up in the draft for, though. So our draft sucked. Like, this is not a good draft, right? I think we all NFL fans can agree. However, that said, we don't have any glaring holes. We don't have any glaring holes where we really need. We got a 74 overall. That's only a few overall points away from, the highest rated players. And, he's got hidden depth, so we know he's going to have star development or better. 95 speed, 92 acceleration. He can actually run routes better than the highest rated wide receiver in the draft. So he's actually not bad. Decent after the catch. Can't really run medium routes, but short and deep is okay. That's fine for me. So I feel good about that. A wide receiver to develop for the future. Then we went with Dakota Boss, defensive end, also hidden dev, 72 overall. So 73 pass moves, 73 block shed, 84 speed, 85 strength. That's solid. He could easily be an 80 overall by the end of the season. Then we got Duncan Sherman, a tight end. Also hidden dev, 84 speed. Pretty good. I thought he would be a better run blocker, but 68's not bad for a tight end. So that's fine. So we now have 4 tight ends on our roster, where last year we only had 2. Deacon Fields, just normal dev. I got him because he can cover. He can cover. 85 speed, 91 acceleration, 74 zone, 64 man. That's fine. I think we're going to switch to a 4-3, and we just need a cover linebacker. And then, York was definitely a miss. Only a 59 overall, but he has hidden development. So that's interesting. 65 zone and 64 man. 83 speed, 83 acceleration. It's just really interesting that he has hidden development at a 59 overall. Imagine he's like a superstar. That would be comical. And then interior line, kind of a miss. Kind of a miss. We got PJ Nichols and Ty Whitaker. Mid-60s overall. It looks like PJ Nichols is the most likely starter out of these. And then we also had Zach Carmichael, who we would move to guard. He's definitely the bigger athlete, good strength across the board. And then blocking. None of them can pass block, but we wanted run blockers. We got 75, 73, and 76. Run block power is nice. Run block finesse is okay. Lead block is all good. Impact block is all really good. So not quite sure who gets to start there. but it might actually end up being Carmichael. He looks to be the most well-rounded. Any of these guys have hidden development, I wonder? So let's see. Nichols, normal dev. Whitaker, normal dev. And Carmichael, normal dev. Okay. Unfortunate. A little bit of a miss. And then lastly, we got Nick Smith, also normal dev, 88 speed, 88 acceleration, 62 zone, 59 man. I thought his coverage would be a bit better. That's fine. So, not the best draft, but also just not the best draft class. I would surmise if we look across the league, we would see very similar drafts. I mean, the Lions, they only got 170 plus rated player. No one down the board looked to be a huge surprise. Raiders had a nice draft, though. Seahawks had a terrible draft. Also, keep in mind that we traded down to the 31st pick, right? So I'm curious, though, if there was any crazy. Did we miss out on some spectacular linemen? No, not really. Highest run block was a 78. Ended up being that center. Maybe we should have gone with him. He was a 75 overall. He actually looked pretty good. There's a guard here as well. Okay. So, not the best draft, but also not the best draft class. But we got a lot of depth, which is what we were really looking for. Let's see if we need to make any roster adjustments here. So, the big thing, let's see. So, right tackle, we want to move Carmichael. And he might go up in overall. 65 overall as right tackle. We're going to move him to right guard. And now he's a 67 overall. So then we also have Nichols. We can also put John Michael Schmidt in there at right guard as well. Okay. And then now we have a decision to make with our defense. So we have Thibodeau. Oh, we still have Okereke? I didn't think we had signed him. But I guess we did. I thought we had lost him in contract. No, we did re-sign him. Okay. So we have Okereke, Simmons, Bowden. Why is he regressing? Because of morale, I guess. I mean, we did draft a new defensive end who is pretty solid. Let's make him the backup at right end, though. Cornerback, we're still looking at pretty solid. The only other thing I can think right is if we could do like a Okereke Simmons trade and just go with all youth linebacking core. But I mean, Simmons still has 92 speed. Like, he's pretty incredible. If there's anyone, it would be Okereke. So I'm not sure what we do. But it's not a bad problem to have when you have so much depth. All that looks good. And then what do we end up with tight end? So we have Johnson, Darnell Washington, Duncan, and Dunn. That feels pretty good to me. They all have decent speed. And they all can block. Ish. So we definitely shored up our tight end position. And then next year, what do we have? We have Miami's first round pick. Two second rounders, a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 2 sevenths. And then we also, oh wait, no, that was this year. Next year, why are we showing this year's picks? So next year we have 2 number 1s, a 2, 2 number 3s, and then a 5, a 6, and a 7. It's not bad. All right. So let's go ahead and head to next week, which I think is preseason. And it is. We have training camp, storylines, all that good stuff. let's do training camp. We'll get through the preseason, and then we'll probably call it on this episode. So let's say here, training camp. Of course, we're going to do Hutch, try and get him upgraded.
Ready up.
Not too much excitement here, but ooh, do we get the second one? Okay, we do. There's bronze. I'm predicting a huge year for Hutchinson. I'm thinking he's going to have like potentially, I think he's going to be like 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 picks kind of thing. I could see that. A lot of it's just going to honestly depend on the line. And how we're able to manage that, if we're able to develop players. You know, I've already said it like 13 times, but it would be really nice if Madden would fix the glitch where you can't put where the offensive lineman drills are broken. All right, and then I want to put Luke McKee in here. Start working on him when we can. He's young. He's only 23. Got him in free agency, just an undrafted rookie. He's got good speed. I don't know what this drill is. What am I supposed to do? Dodge. Okay. Dodge, dive, dip, duck, and dodge. I mean, it seems like we're doing well. Huh. Ho. We almost got hit there. It's kind of a weird drill. Okay, so we get silver. Okay. That was an odd drill. I think that was actually my first time attempting that. But he gets a skill point. Rushing attack, of course. Holly. Went from a 64 overall to a 90 overall in a year. Are you kidding me? It's kind of amazing.
Here we go. Ready.
And this drill, of course, super easy. If the defense would actually sprint, it could actually be at least somewhat difficult. But really interesting draft. Just because I thought we had some good players lined up. The guys down the board, I don't think ended up being quite as good as I thought. Of course, we really just would like, oh, let's look for one attribute and focus on that. Didn't spend a ton of time like really honing in on players, but we got what, 3 or 4 star or better players. So, all in all, I feel pretty good about it. Just definitely our weakest draft so far. Kind of wish maybe when we traded out of our pick, we would have gone for future picks. Because we ended up getting, 2 extra picks this year. We ended up not really netting us much of anything. But, we're also in that stage where, we have a good team. Now we just have to play well. Which is up to me as the head coach. All right, let's see if we can waste 20 seconds here or close to that. All right, we successfully managed to waste all of the time and get gold. Another skill point. Just take a moment to acknowledge we took a running back from a 64 overall to a 90 overall in 1 year. That is absolutely insane. I was going to focus on Hyatt, but Dorian Graham, he's 3 years younger and only 3 overall less. So I think he's going to be the guy that we focus on instead of Hyatt. Ended up being a really good draft pick and, prove that trading down in the draft sometimes works out. Madden wanted us to go after that top 5 wide receiver, so we would have had to trade up from 7 to 4, and we would have gotten a wide receiver that's only 1 or 2 overall points higher. So I think we made the right move. And then, heaven forbid we cannot sign Malik Neighbors next year to a huge contract extension. Surely he'll be a 99 overall by next year. But be nice to have someone. Let's see. I'm okay. So we got... we'll try this drill. It's bugged on the focus players, so I don't know if it's actually going to work here. It's still bugged. Madden. I feel like that's got to be such an easy fix. All right. That's annoying, but it is what it is. All right. Trench battle. Just really need to figure out what to do with this new defensive end we drafted. He definitely is, future starter material. I'd like to get him on the field as soon as possible. But how do we do that in a 3-4? The only other option is to either just trade away a player. But who do we trade? I mean, we could get a lot for Dexter Lawrence. McKinney was drafted as a defensive tackle, so he could slide back to his, position that he was originally at coming out of college. But then, is that worth giving up Sexy Dexy just to start a 72 overall rookie, or 74, whatever he was? That would definitely be like a move for the future. Let's see. We really need to start working on some of these. Like Taylor Bowden, a linebacker. He's decent in coverage. That's about it right now. So a lot to consider. Okay. Did they take us back to last year on this drill where you just couldn't tackle people? This drill was like almost impossible last year just because you had to cut stick, otherwise your running back would just be absolutely unstoppable. Sick. They really should also do this drill so that the running back just goes through the designated hole, because that's what would happen in an actual football drill. Anyway. Okay, finally get silver. Should be able to get gold. There we go. Do one more and then we'll just waste some time. There we go. All right. But I definitely like Taylor Bowden. He's fast. He's got good coverage. That's about all he has. He's not really great versus the run. I don't do the DB battles. Curious if we ever figured out our kicker's dev trait. How was I that far off? That was kind of crazy. Oh, because I feel like we're outside of the... I don't know if we really need to be outside the hashes. What are we doing? Kicking college field goals out here? Nice. That one's not good. So bad at kicking field goals this year. Like this kick meter feels like it should just be automatic. But for some reason, Although he did kick like 85% this year, so including a long of 56, 53. So he's definitely not bad, especially for a rookie kicker. Another bullseye. There we go. Nice. Oh, that was bad. Oh, did we get it? No. Damn it. That's fine. Silver, we should still get a skill point for that. Yes. Okay. And then what's left? Punting. Don't care. All right. So we did our training camp. Let's see what the storyline is. Oh, yeah, we had off-season workouts for Hutchinson and Andrew Thomas. All right, so let's see what he got. I'm a team player, so I had to push myself. Made decent progress. 3,000 XP and +1 to pass, block, finesse, and power. I wanted run block because that's what it said when we had that conversation, but okay. Okay. All right, and Hutchinson, how did we do? We went for accuracy and awareness. Oh, 6,000 XP and then +3 to throw accuracy deep, medium, and short, and +2 to throw under pressure. That's huge. That's a huge upgrade. What does that put him up to now? That puts him up to a 90 overall. '94 deep accuracy, 88 medium, and 86 short. Once his awareness goes up, he will be absolutely insane. All right, so now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simulate the preseason games just because I don't care, because no one cares about preseason. But I will do the focus players. So this is just gonna be probably another 20, 30 minutes of drills. I see we have a few people watching. Would love to hear from you guys if you want to chat football while I go through all these drills. But we'll do that just because I really want to max out as much XP out of these guys as I possibly can. Let's see, what do I want to do? Get Holly in there. I would love to do the offensive linemen, but I can't because they're bugged. So it's probably just going to be a lot of defensive guys. Let's put Braxton McKinney there. Let's get Taylor Bowden, Deacon Fields. So it's pretty much my entire defensive line. Too young. I guess. Do we keep working on Hutchinson? I think so. Because every time we do, we have a chance of getting him to superstar development. So I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it. Just really annoyed that I can't do the offensive lineman because you're just missing out on so much XP. And one of my goals was to just, in this franchise, was to build like a dominant offensive line. I was going to invest a lot of time, a lot of energy into that, and now I just can't because the game's broken. But so it goes. At least these drills are all relatively quick. I just want to get Holly to a 99 overall as fast as possible. Because if I can just run the ball at will, then that takes so much pressure off of the passing game. Very old school, like kind of football head in that way. Like I know in the modern game, everyone just goes, like I'm trying to think of a team that is majority under center, and I just cannot think of one. Like even my Browns with Nick Chubb don't go under center a ton. Like even the Ravens, right? Number one rushing team in the league. They're not under center a lot. They do a lot of pistol and shotgun. So I don't know. All right, there's gold. Now we can just waste time. Oh my god, he actually has an angle. Oh, buddy. Finished too early. Story of my life. Just kidding. I need Holly to break more tackles. Like, he should just be able to run through people. I don't think we missed one yet. There's silver. I like this drill a lot more than target practice. It can be frustrating depending on the routes that you get. But I feel like I actually get a little bit better feel for actually throwing the ball with touches, and because you get used to like the timing on the release. like the speed of your receivers. What windows you can throw to. Still would just love a depth trade upgrade for Hutchinson. I thought after the season he had last year that he would go up to superstar. I mean, 4,000 yards, 30 plus TDs. I would think that'd be superstar numbers, but maybe not. Okay. The dog is voicing his displeasure. What are you barking at? Say hi to the internet. Oh, he's a good boy. Such a good boy. What? He's just staring at me. Why are you being weird? We're not even close to your dinner time. Not even close. I love you. You're so handsome. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Actually, maybe what we do is instead of putting Holly in there, maybe we do put the rookie in there, start developing him, and start thinking about maybe trading Dexter Lawrence. Like, statistically, he makes little to no impact on the games, which is kind of annoying, but because he should, but I mean, also defensive tackles, it's not like they rack up a ton of tackles, ironically. All right. All right, let's go to next week. Oh. Ooh, position battles. What position battles do we have? This could be interesting. Next question. You should be having a left end position battle according to most expert. Braxton McKinney and Dakota Boss. There's not going to be a battle. There's not going to be a battle. I know that lowers morale. But there's like a 10-point overall difference between those two. There's absolutely no shot that there's a position battle just because he's a rookie. Time to kick off the season. Outside linebacker Taylor Bowden. What about him? What do you have him working on in training camp? I mean, I'm all about coverage. Our linebackers need to be coverage. +2 to zone. Okay, nice. And then a sideline conversation. Okay. Malik Neighbors, my agent's been telling me that my personality can be a problem sometimes. There may be some truth to that. I know I'm obsessed with my brand and socials all of the time. Would you change that about me? I would like him to be more of a leader. Sure. Like, he's one of the best players on the team. I don't want a diva. Okay, I don't really know what that was about, but okay. Let's do our weekly strategy again. Let's go through. So we'll take off Holly, and we will do... How old is Dexter McKinney? 29. And he's down to star dev instead of superstar. So maybe that is the move. We could probably get a lot of value for him. That could be the move. We'll see how the season goes. But aside from changing the sliders so that, you know, Dexter McKinney's more effective, which I don't want to do, because then I just feel like we'll be unrealistically dominant. We should be dominant, but I think we would have, you know, 6 sacks a game, which is just a little bit unreasonable, although our defense is really, really good. I don't know. So many tough decisions to make. What a name, though. Damn. How are you not getting open on that route? Like no one's open. See, that's why this drill can be kind of tough sometimes. If you get some bad routes or players that don't look for the ball. Nice. They just don't go for, like, the receivers just act like the safety's not there on deep throws. It's so annoying. They just go for the like casual catch instead of trying to make it a jump ball. I guess you can switch on and make it more competitive, right? But I would just like to have the game just play right. I don't know. All right. Gold, gold, gold. Surely out of one of these, we're going to get a depth trade upgrade eventually, right? I'm stuck. Trying to think. I mean, I'm really tempted to make some big trades, like some big trades. I'm talking like 3 of my current starters gone.
Here we go.
Like we could do Dexter to not Dexter McKinney, Lawrence. Okereke. And then maybe Thibodeau. And then I would have Bowden. Gosh, I don't know. I'm just trying to think if it's worth it just to go to. If I did the trade, I'd have to move to a 4-3. I don't know. I guess I don't have to make those changes right away, but it just feels. I'm just itchy to make a move, you know? This receiver, though, to pick him up at a 35th, 31st overall pick, and then maybe he's like, I mean, we know he has at least star dev. Do we think he has superstar? Maybe not. But if we just keep putting him as focus player and he gets reps, like he's gonna be our second highest rated receiver pretty quickly. Lots to consider. Lots to consider. Kick off my shoes here real quick. Oh, need to get up and move around a little bit. But we'll be over soon. I think we just have. I think this is the last week of preseason.
Let's go.
And then we'll make our starting lineups and call it. Please have some dinner, and then play some Call of Duty.
Ready, break. Ready.
And if you are watching this as after we're live,
Here we go. Check go.
would love to have you come while we're live at some point. Chat football while I do these ridiculous drills over and over again. But it is just the best way to level up your players. Kind of crazy we can't get in the end zone there. And now we got just super deep routes all over the field.
Here we go. Set. Ready. Come on. Set. Ready.
He drops it. I was like, man, did we really fit that in there? We did. My God, I completed a post.
Let's go.
I feel like those are never open.
On the ready. Go.
So many trench battles. I wish more drills were like this, where it's just like you can just get through them super quick.
On the jump. Set go. Ready? Shut up! Okay, ready? Ready?
Oh my God, get around the tire. Wow. Just barely made that one. Like, I understand why the tires are there to kind of make it more like an obstacle course, but it doesn't add anything to watch what was supposed to be like an elite athlete just stumble over everything. Uh-oh. We must have had an injury. Why did he get taken out? That's weird.
Shut up! Hot, go!
Give me that multiplier.
Let's go now! Huh. Here we go, shot! Ready?
Yay, gold. Depth trade upgrade. Damn. All right. Away we train. I think this was the last week of training camp. It was. All right, let us get to next week. A little buy action. We have to cut 16 players. Okay. Yeah, we can cut him. Like, I don't even know where these guys come from. Sure. I mean, I guess it's better to have guys on a practice squad. Yeah. This is crazy to me. 59 overall with hidden dev. I don't know what I do with him though. I guess just move him to practice squad. I can always move him up later, right? Um, we have 6 active middle linebackers. Holy. How many more? 2? Yeah, I think we can cut DeAndre Square. And as much as I hate it because of I love the name, Devon's going to go. All right, we got a media interview. Coach, we talk all the time about, this is the team identity. What is your defensive identity? Let's go stopping the run, because we've been good at that the last 2 years. We've been a top 10, I think a top 5 defense against the run. Let's go with less than 75 yards per game. Okay. I think that's doable. We have a great defense. Okay. All right. So we'll end it here. In the next episode, we will start season number 4 here in 2027. We have an 87 overall team, 87 offense, 88 defense. We did promise that we were going to make the playoffs, so that is the goal at the very least. I really like where we're at. We have a lot of depth. We have some star-studded talent. I think this is going to be an absolute breakout year for Pat Hutchinson. Feel good about it. But thank you so much for watching. If you are new and enjoy the content, please consider a subscription. And if you enjoy the content, please consider liking the video. It means a lot. Would love to get this channel going. I know we're small, but let's get a community of gamers together, different varieties, and try and make some of this. Thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.